started with just a speck. I thought, yeah, it was nothing. And then it started going. Now, I can't just imagine. It's consuming the whole of my body and the whole of my soul, just like the leprosy. When I was young, I used to make fun of lepers. I would move close to them, and just so they can yell, unclean, unclean, and then I would laugh. But now, I see the children making fun of me. They tell me, you are not half of the man as you used to be. I try to hit it though. Yeah, I only come out early in the morning and late in the night just to hear the shame. But alas, my worst fears were realized. I was hungry, and I stepped into the store. Yeah, the shopkeeper saw me. Of course, as a leper, you won't be allowed into the store. All I wanted was just food. I grabbed the bread and I ran for my life. It chased after me. Just when I thought I had a little bit of victory, a little bit of hope, my fellow lepers, I thought I had seen a family in them. But no, they are humans. I mean, I thought because we were going through the same calamity, we would have similar experiences. But no, I didn't fit in. Oh, they beat me. They dealt with me. My little victory was short-lived. They even took the bread from me. I swore to myself that I was never going to be like them. I wasn't going to treat people the way they treated me. Oh, but hunger is a relentless tormentor. I just couldn't help it. For the next 2 years, I watched my friends, my family, as they abandoned me. And this leprosy, it kept growing. And then one day, I heard about him. His name is Jesus. They said he was coming to town. And I thought, maybe, just maybe, if I go to where he's coming, even though I will be violating the regulations, as a leper, you shouldn't be seen among people. But I was willing to risk it all. After all, I had nothing to lose. And then, just like that, he saw me, or should I say, I saw him walk towards me. And right in my mind, I could only think, as I fell on my knee, oh Jesus, is he going to save me? Or is going to leave me to die? After all, I am nothing but a wretched, helpless, and hopeless leper.
The first time I met Jesus, well, it was dark and stormy.
Goodness, Mama, do you have to be so dramatic?
It was dark and stormy.
Okay, but
You want to tell me the story?
go ahead.
It was dark and stormy. And I was a little tired and I went to bed early.
Mama,
What?
you had a raging fever. You were in and out of consciousness for 2 weeks. You were at death's door, Mama. Death's door.
No, that's not how I remember things.
Of course not. You were delirious.
You want to tell the old story?
Yes, I do. Listen, this is how it really went.
All right, I will tell the old story. It was a dark and stormy night.
Mama, so help me.
Okay, my love, you tell me the story.
Well, Simon, that's my husband, was away.
Like he always was?
Why do you have to say it like that?
Well, you know I surely love you, Simon. But of a truth, that boy does wander.
He was following Jesus, you know, the Messiah, the one that you told me to wait for my whole life.
Well, I can't ask him not to follow Jesus, but can't he stop in once in a while to check on us?
So my husband was away, and my mother was acting strangely, more strangely than usual. But a man walks in and gave her the healing touch. I'm just so happy that she's okay. I love you, Mom.
I love you too, my darling. I'm so happy. Thank you, my daughter.
I knew the path. I knew it well. It was well traveled and always led me straight into the arms of another woman's husband. Normally, I took the road under a cover of darkness. But this day was different. I knew the wife was not home, and I knew my husband was at church again to pay for my so-called sins. Ugh. I was never enough for him. Never enough. I hated him. So, I decided to walk that path in broad daylight. I knew it was bold, but I didn't care. I just needed to feel something. I was tired of feeling lonely. I was tired of the pain, and I was tired of the despair. So, I walked the path in broad daylight. I knocked on the door, and I went in. But I didn't know that they were following me. I didn't know that I was being watched, but I was. These people, they knocked down that door, and as I held onto the sheets, they dragged me out of the house. I could just see the fire in their eyes, the hatred, the pure disgust. And my husband was one of them. And there was so much yelling. Oh my goodness, no one cared to help me up. They didn't care to treat me like a normal human being. Instead, they dragged me down that same path, that same evil path that I just walked half an hour before. Okay, deep breaths. And now that I think about it, my husband, he didn't lie. He did go to the church. He just didn't tell me that his friends were going to drag me down to that church as well. They dragged me to that church, and drop me in front of the pastor like the filthy rag that I was. Oh, and as I just stayed there, as there was pure silence that descended upon me, all I could do was just cry. All I could do was just sob, because what could I do? What could I do? I was at my wit's end. At that point, I just wanted to die. I just wanted to die. And then as I looked up, I saw my husband with a stone in his hand. And that is what suggested that I was about to get my wish granted.
But then, Jesus.
It was Jesus who stood before me.
Well, and in a single moment, everything changed.
I didn't even know who he was.
I didn't know who he was.
I knew who he was, but I didn't truly understand.
Wow.
This is Jesus, the King of the Jews. Shall I crucify him?
We have no king but Caesar. We have no king but Caesar. Yeah.
If you are the King of the Jews, save yourself.